sure that concentration-wise they are really at the races, as I say, and give anybody a head start, especially the home team. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how this one plays out. You look at it through a wide lens and you see two sides that have been suffering in recent weeks. Arsenal, the side that can't score against PSV, the side can't keep them out. And all they have the Argentinian, one-cap international, Walter Benitez. This is Richie Ledesma. It's a PSV side that is set up to attack, no doubt about that. The inclusion of Bustil in the midfield, along with Shelton and Saibari, and a more conservatively minded Joey Berman. A statement of intent from the coach of PSV, Peter Bosch. This is one of the two teams in the Arsenal side. Lewis Skelly looking for his captain Odegaard. He's in wrong. Slightly overplayed the pass, had to be big firmly enough. Yeah, it's going to be able to make it through the gap, and Odegaard just perhaps gave up on that a little bit. Been around, hasn't he, Peter Bosch? A long time, 61 years of age, managed some groups. He's well aware of what tonight. At the start of December, his side was 7 clear. That's the backdrop. Here in Eindhoven. Get Arsenal score. Well, there's usually very little wrong with their ball rotations down Arsenal in the middle of the park. One of the best sides in the Premier League, that's for sure. Ranieri is a left foot finding it deep across the face of goal. Lovely ball, I think it was Saliba, the centre-back, who was on the end of that. Not a clean connection. So a little bit lucky to get away with that. Just find it. the right connection in the forward areas, which of course is the hardest thing to do for any side. And this surprise at Sterling, despite his form since he joined Arsenal. Start on the left and cross over again, go through the middle. These two players who are used to operating in the final third. Marino's certainly a spot that much. May or may not work out tonight.
That's angled up towards Ismail Saibari, the Moroccan international, who has plenty of license to get forward, but it's the Arsenal captain who does just that here. And a big workload this season, Thomas Partey. But that was lightened somewhat with a substitute role at the City Ground, Nottingham last week. Rice. Now Saliba. Gabriel. This is Trossard. Trossard again, pursued by Jerdy Schaub. The Dutch international does a job on the Belgian.
Send it out to play.
Certainly went to the Brazilian in the colours of Arsenal.
And the two centre-backs will feel pretty comfortable trying to come through, steal the ball and get elbow with Leon. And he's never played a sort of play.
He certainly felt that there was a touch on him. He looked at that left leg, ready to unleash one. Declan Rice tests with Zoskin Manzano. The VAR tonight, incidentally, is Carlos Alexander Grande. So if there was anything untoward, he will be reviewing that right now. Declan Rice.
But look, for all the money that Ødegaard was about to pull the trigger. Perhaps his leg was in contact with the opposing player.
Ødegaard looking for Ranieri. Shepherded out by the United fullback Turo Malacia.
No penalty.
No, that's not enough.
Touch and goal. The ball just run away from you slightly. When you go to ground, I'll get something.
Arsenal starting to work to their task. Is Ethan Ranieri. Shelton looks to get it back to his keeper, just enough on it. He tries to hoist it away. Marino has a problem. Surely the curse of a striker not going to hit again for Arsenal. Even the makeshift one's picking up knocks. That's painful.
And the penalty shout again. It's a wild swing in there, so the ball's a little bit away from him. He's looking to go for power. Which is not usually the way he strikes the ball.
Still seeking his top 10 form, isn't he? Martin Ødegaard since his return from missing 2 games in the early autumn spell. Still right in this. The referee persuasion, there are concerning signs. If you have an Arsenal persuasion, things are starting to look up. The Odegaard opportunity and then that of Declan Rice. Here's Lewis Skelly. Into Marino. Seems reluctant to shoot.
Will start the Atletico. Imagine they're dominating play. Just to sort of somewhat quell the crowd. He says offside. Clear, isn't it?
It looks much more controlled than you did with the naked eye. With semi-automated offside technologies in the Champions League. Good decision, correct decision. PSV will be pleased to spend a bit of pressure over the last few moments. It's Noah Lang. Marino first to it. This is Ledesma. Malacia's last man back. And he'll go even further with his goalkeeper, Walter Benitez. In his fourth season now at the Village Stadion after making the move from Nice. Lewis Skelly designing it well.
As we'd like to see in the home fans. It's a well early storm. To look at them as attacking outfit. Got to support them to look beyond pretty quickly. Deserve to get control of the football. There's a chance for one to spring from it.
Junior, the Brazilian fullback, who I think probably would have started if it has missed a couple of games with injury. The Desma on the right, they have those two playing. They spend more time in the opposition half than they do in their own. It's the way that Peter Bosz likes it. It's the way that his sides have gone about things, whichever club he's been at. Here's Malacia. As they press high up. And win it back through Odegaard. Well, there he couldn't hold it though. And it's neatly unlocked. Saibari. Beyond pops it back. Here's Malacia. Best attacking spell this. Perisic.
Lovely cross across that 6-yard box from Ivan Perisic. Ryan can do nothing more just to get fingertips on it. Saibari's underpick from Gabriel, he does well. Just to make it difficult. Bale's rising to get some height. Just couldn't keep it down.
And there's been knocking them in recently in the UEFA Champions League. Has the Moroccan Ismail Saibari. Scored here against Liverpool, scored here in the second leg of the playoff tie against Juventus and very nearly kept that run going.
Just on his heels a little bit, wasn't he, as the ball was fired across that 6-yard box from Perisic. Just waiting for something to happen. He has got a knack for a goal, so it wouldn't be too critical on the occasion with a goal game like that. It's 1-0.
Well, that's brought the stadium tonight. slipped away from the too detailed to stop him doing just that. Trossard, right in the middle here for Arsenal. Rice is one of them. Hung up by Rice. First ever goal in the Champions League. And Arsenal have started scoring again. That's another goal. Former Ajax player celebrating his native land. There's quality all round. Rice is in that centre forward position, then he makes it on. I think he's just going to lay it off for somebody. It's a lovely crossing in towards the far post, teasing, a little bit of pace on it, nice height, allowing the teammate to really gauge just how high to jump, how hard to come up and defend. That's a great header, deserving of solid contact, and he got it. Benitez has got no chance. He got over there, not quite far enough. A mismatch between the leaping timber and the comparatively static land. Tell you what was notable there as well, I find the ambition of the Arsenal attack, how many numbers they had in the box there. Yeah, then you're just hoping you get a quality cross. Nice weaker foot, Declan Rice put in an absolute beauty. Just got to make the jump, the defender, whoever's defending, attacker, midfielder, or specialist in that area, and no, it didn't. Imagine that. If you do and you get blind all over, there's a good chance you get a free kick. And so now have a spring in their step. And that's a really important one. That's a lovely finish from Marino. Through the legs, pulled if you like. Didn't slash on that football. Realised the space was there, didn't need a touch. Great finish. His first Champions League goal for Arsenal. His first season at the club for Utrecht to forget. Going to make a break here though, I wonder. It would be appropriate for Flamingos to repeat if it was one left side, wouldn't it? Clearly looks in from that angle. Well, we know the calibrated, semi-automated offside technology does have cameras all over the place, so we'll have a slightly different aspect to the one we saw, but if that is a guide and anything like a true one, then Arsenal's lead will soon be pruned back to 2. Time taking is never a good thing, is it? Well, it's obviously not as cut right as that image we saw a moment ago suggested. And so we wait. There's not so many bodies around Mikel Merino either that should make it much more difficult to determine whether he's offside or not. He's standing a very congested quality, really. 5 or 6 players. We're speculating here, of course, but I'd imagine the player of the ball wasn't in the same frame as the run of Merino, perhaps, and that can take a little longer to see exactly the timing when the ball was kicked. We'll see these onside. His goal is good. And Arsenal 3. According to plan, Miles Lewis Skelly, the disciplinary tightrope, replaced the Italian international Riccardo Calafiori, part of his learning curve. Let's give the young man the opportunity to display some victory, which will come at natural evolution over the course of his career. It's not the second leg, is it? No. This is spotted something out there which would suggest that something within the mentality, given those events and the touch on those two red cards, that just needs something place, perhaps. You do learn on the job, however, on the pitch. It'll be interesting to hear what Mikel Arteta has to say about that at the end of the match. Minutes plus a fair bit of added time after that VAR check to play. PSV looking for an unlikely route back into it. Well, absolutely cannot get any worse than 3-0 beforehand. Relying on complacency from Arsenal, I imagine, to get back into this game. For Arsenal's problem has been scoring goals, not keeping them out. Just 3 conceded in the 8 UEFA Champions League games they played in the group phase. They enjoyed themselves when Liverpool and Barcelona had better records than them, only they finished above them in the final table. Problem here for Luc de Jong. Gabriel and Saliba have been determined to make sure he does not control the football. Under his leg, that's always risky. Somebody's going to come through, Lewis Skelly was feel mightily disappointed being hauled off. His replacement Calafiori, who's lost out. Luc de Jong looking to cash in. Paulson couldn't quite take it. Trossard back to help out. With Lang, Malacia. Gabriel giving Luc de Jong a chance to get set. And Malacia a little too keen to try and get him back, and giving Arsenal a way out. Well, he's filled in again, hasn't he? 2 goals against Leicester recently in the Premier League. 2 late goals to secure 3 points. Vital tonight, just to put a bit of gloss to performance so far. His first goal in Champions League football, both his previous goals in this competition came last season at Real Sociedad in the group phase, scored against Benfica and against Paris Saint-Germain. He's completed that to PS's junior last season, PSV this season. Well, every match has a what-if moment, and for the home side, that moment's 0-0. Ismail Sabari through, and a shot and against the Arsenal goal. And there's now a chance to write a different story. Almost immediately, Arsenal went up the other end. Timber and Nwaneri in the space of 3 minutes, and Marino, considerably longer than that, it felt anyway, after a VAR check. Shows that Arsenal are very comfortable as we approach half-time. Arsenal's last win here, looks like back in 2002 was a 4-0 scoreline. Much notable for a couple by Thierry Henry, and also one of the Champions League fastest ever goals to Silva, 20.07 seconds when he gave the side the lead. 4 times Arsenal have been here since, 4 times they failed to win. Signs are good that they're going to end up right. Match or exceed that scoreline from their first Champions League trip here 23 years ago.
The original played well within themselves. The control they've had of the football, even before they scored the first goal. It should be a comfortable night, barring any complacency and concentration defensively. This reminds us of Bill at the top side of the Premier League. Whenever they are playing a team from there's normally the top 2 or 3 winners, a real burst of energy. Whenever it is, sometimes at the beginning of the game, their spells 10 or 15 minutes. If you can't hold them, and the game can run away from you very, very quickly.
The home side look for a football, and they've got a corner. And that is their first corner of the evening. And by Noah Lang, plenty of pressure and shoving in there. Given the penalty to PSV, shown the yellow card to Thomas Partey. Well, there was so much going on inside the penalty area. Let's see what the referee has seen. I'll say blocking off the the Arsenal midfielder, sorry, Golia, put across you. There's the arm across the shoulder, then raise it. Keep it going there. He got away with that. Once it went round the head and Luke de Jong, who are experienced campaigner that he is, went to ground these. But why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? This is not going to overturn. No matter how many times you look at it, Arsenal can forget about that. So all eyes on David Raya once again. He was the hero all the way back on match day 1 in Bergamo against Atalanta, a fine double penalty save. It's always got in his locker here. He's got Noah Lang to take it. It's now. And David Raya could hardly move before it had gone past him. Here's the penalty. The PSV just before the break. Boy, did the home side need that. In fact, Ryan, we know he's a top goalkeeper, saving from the spot. I don't think he was quite sure which way the line was going, that's why he stood his ground. And were perhaps not giving an indicator at all. Be a massive goal for the home side. Thomas Partey still having a chat with the referee afterwards, but he was never going to get the return. Arsenal look to respond through Rice! He scores at now, that's a top save from Benitez. To the corner. He got 52 still Shouting's given the ball away a couple of times and really reckless play in the middle of the park. They'd rather find Odegaard. He goes Saibari. Timber. Looking for Ranieri. Sort of for the home players. There's a minute of normal time plus 3, maybe 4 minutes of only time you'd expect. Well, plenty of time. The PSV to ask a few more questions. Right. No doubt about foot. Swept away by Timber. Shot. Calafiore. On the way. Oscar Stanley is the last man back for the home side. They're plenty forward in the red and white stripes. Amongst them, Saibari. Mutia. Lang. Shelton. Lang. Malacia. And that's right where Luton usually likes it. What a crossing. Probably for taking out too much pace on it. Just a little bit ahead of the ball, he'd be on. That's right in his wheelhouse. Great chance. He knows it. Had to just to judges run a little bit better. Hard when it's sort of pace on the ball. He's just a little anxious actually to get in, which is most unlike him. Just solid header of the football. Scored a trademark header. Would ended up at the Fitzco ahead Eagles away on Saturday. That was his first in 6 games though. Intercepted by Partey. Now Noah Lang by Timber. Well, great for the home side. Just as good for us, isn't it? PSV actually got themselves into the game with that goal. It feels as if they needed that. They deserved a little bit of luck, and it was the right decision. Having Bruce Scalia sent off, and a little bit of grief about that Arsenal. So should have been back to 10 men. Milan's first Champions League goal with his home fans this season. The other one came in the 1-4 away. The Parc des Princes in Paris. Trossard. Strange game, isn't it? Lost the one top. In 15 or so, he didn't get the goal. PSV put themselves into it. They hit the woodwork. Shouldn't have been dominating play. I think you went at the storm, as I said, and announced 3 goals. Seemingly take the tie away from the home side, but there's life in it, that's for sure. 2-goal deficit. It's not insurmountable. In the second leg, there were another 90 minutes plus to be played at the Emirates next week. Assuming games like this, of course, which it very likely will not. Yeah, you would suspect there'll be another goal, and the next one will be crucial. Just tonight, but in the shape of this tie, you suspect. And remember, PSV have scored 3 or more goals in each of their last 4 Champions League games here on this ground. Flashing body check. The first half in Eindhoven, packed full of incident. 3 Arsenal goals in the space of 13 minutes. Julian Timber's first in this competition, Ethan Ranieri's second, and then after a lengthy VAR check, Mikel Merino a short of a third. But with a penalty just before half-time after a foul by Thomas Partey, converted by Noah Lang, means this one is not done and dusted just yet. Half-time, PSV 1, Arsenal 3.
Can I get a verdinha?
A what?
Monekin?
Heine.
The green one?
Are you ready?
100%. No! I think I put the wrong coordinate.
This season, the odds might just be in your favor. With a boom, everything changes. If only you can catch it.
People